Welcome back to my reading journal. Today we're going to be discussing more about the magical readathon. Now, if you've never heard of this reading challenge, you'll want to check out Book Roast for all of the big details. I'm only going to gloss over a few things so that I can tell you a little bit about my character, but think of this as like a role-playing fantasy world reading challenge. So, this page is all about my novice path to get to the school called the Aurelium Academy. My character's name is Bryneth Oathgrove, and she is an earthling. Now, an earthling in this realm has to do with elemental magic. There's 4 kinds of elemental magic. She deals with earth magic. Now, I was really feeling the vibe of Kiki's delivery service when I was creating this character. In my head, where she lives, she's working to own her own little potion shop. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going with. So Bryneth Oathgrove got sorted into the Guild of the Order of the Crescent, and her calling that she'll be studying is herbology, or to become an herbologist. Her conduit is a bow, and her scholar traits are being a quiet observer. She takes in all the information before making a decision, but sometimes that leads to analysis paralysis. So this page here are all of the books I read on the novice path. Now, if you are new to the readathon, you do not have to do this, but I chose to do this last year in the last quarter because I thought it was fun, and it kind of helped you decide what your character was going to do. So the entrance on the novice path needed to be a book with a map, so I chose A Court of Wings and Ruin. The Ash Thorn Tree was a tempting book, and I had heard a lot about Caraval, so I chose that one. Mist of Solitude is a standalone book, which I used Slow Productivity by Cal Newport. The Rune of the Sky had to be a supernatural book, so I went with book 2 in Caraval, which was Legendary. Obsidian Falls was a thriller or a mystery, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a huge thriller or mystery person, so I picked The 12 Slays of Christmas, so it was definitely more of a cozy mystery on that one. Now I'm adding a flip out because the book pictures I printed are a little too large, so I needed a little extra. The Tower of Rumination is a 5-star prediction, and so for that one I picked Fearless. It was not 5 stars. It was not. No, but it only had to be a 5-star prediction. And then at the Aurelium Academy arch it had to be a book in a school setting, and I chose to use Fourth Wing for that one. So that was my novice path to create my character. I will say, when it came to picking out names for my character, I did ask ChatGPT for a little help, because I used to be a very big creative writer, and back in my day, my sister and I would either borrow baby name books from the library or purchase them so that we could look up what names meant and all that. So I just put very general prompts into ChatGPT, and it gave me a huge list. And then from that list, I kind of added, subtracted. So it was more of an idea gathering, just so you know. Full disclosure. Now, the other reason why I picked herbologist is because I know I'm a mood reader. And while so far this year I've been doing really well with my reading, I know eventually I'm going to hit a slump. So I didn't want to hit a slump during the readathon. Spoiler alert, I'm hitting a slump during the readathon. The next pages have a little bit about the Order of the Crescent, which it happens to be the guild that most people get sorted into. She has all of these fun documents to figure out what guild you're going to be in. So there's like little quizzes and stuff like that. It really is a very fun, engaging reading challenge. On the second page of this next spread, I also have the Aurelium Academy herbologist information. So at the bottom of that page, it tells you, like, during the spring equinox that, you'll have 2 books to read for 2 prompts. And then the autumn equinox, which is the heavier load, I have to get a Q in alchemy and a Q in restoration. So we will see that, how that goes in autumn. But when I picked herbologist, I was like, yep, 2 books. Let's start there. We can always create another character at some point or change callings if we feel like we need to, but let's just keep it simple. The traits of an herbologist are nurturing, gentle, caring, careful, and patient, which they need because they're always growing their different plants. And so obviously, you got to make sure that you have a lot of patience. You can't rush things when you're growing stuff. The other thing that's unique about the Order of the Crescent is having an animal familiar. I know she's going to end up having a deer as a familiar, but I haven't decided a name or anything like that. So now we get to the actual April reading challenge page. So I decided to use Mystic Babe from Live Love Posh as my stickers because there's really no other time I'm going to use a lot of the stickers in that book. I got it as part of a mystery box set, which is fine. That's always the best way to get books like this. But I was like, oh, there's a lot of potion-y things in there. That's perfect. This is the syllabus, and I don't have to read all of those prompts. They have all of the classes, so you look at your calling sheet and find the ones you need. So this is the one that tells me what prompts I need. So the prompts for me, this is very nice, was for alchemy. The course focus was alchemical reiteration, and it needed to be a reread. So that's going to be, I have one more reread of Throne of Glass. I'm on Air of Fire, and then I'll be all caught up and starting new. So it's like, there we go. And then Restorative Adoration had to get 5-star recommendations from other people and then choose one. So I got way more than 5, but then I went through and saw what could I readily get from my library, and that's what made it onto this wheel of names. And so I spun it, and it ended up being Argyle. I'm currently listening to this as an audiobook, and I'm going to say this. I don't know if it's because the audio reader is influencing how I feel about this book. It's not bad. I'm just slightly confused. So we'll see how it goes. I'm about 60% of the way done with it at this point, and it is April 12th. So there you go. Let me know in the comments below if you are doing this reading challenge and what books you are reading for it. I'm having so much fun, even through a reading slump, just partaking in all of the different fantasy world activity. I think it's just a fun way to find a different kind of reading challenge. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I can't wait to see you back here in the next one.